camera always shutting off. Anyway, back to that example, right? So no one's saying anything bad about the team that doesn't have the manners. They're only like that because of the environment that they're in. They're made to be that way. But this team that's going to verse them to learn their lesson is being shown that you are not in that environment. You are not like these individuals, so you should not show up like them. If you do show up like them, this is how the other people around you will feel. Do you like feeling that way? No. Okay, so when we go verse other teams, no matter who the team is, better or worse than us, we're going to make sure that we have some kuth about us. We're going to make sure that we are positive. We're going to make sure that we have good sportsmanship. Okay? Now, this is all because that coach allowed demonic entities to teach their team a lesson. You can't really use angels to teach them a lesson in that regard, because the lesson wouldn't be that provoking. Okay? An angel could come up to you, tap you on the shoulder. I don't think you're supposed to do this. This would be a better way. And then you can have a demon tap you on the shoulder and push you down a flight of steps and be like, I bet you wouldn't step near the edge like that again. Which one are you going to listen to a lot more easily? Are you going to listen to the angel just tapping you on your shoulder? Or are you going to listen to that demonic energy that pushed you down the steps and said, hey, don't idly stand that close to steps then if you don't want to get pushed? Okay, so that's what we mean by you can't have good without bad. You can't have light without darkness. Okay, so if we're talking about angels this, angels that, and they're all so amazing, we need to still praise the demons, because the only reason why the angels are that amazing is because the demons are taking care of some of the grunt work so that the angels are not labeled in a negative light. Okay, if your favorite teacher in the whole world was also the disciplinarian in the school, I'm pretty sure a lot of people wouldn't favor that teacher. Purely, they will only favor that teacher so that they're not in trouble. Okay, it's really hard to wear the two hats. So let the angels be your favorite teacher, only because the demons present have the job to show you that there's a better way, and the easier way. You go to that way and learn, or you can learn in this worse way. But the demons are going to teach you a lesson too. Demons on demon time will continue to teach you that lesson until they feel like they want to stop. Whereas the angels will only teach you the lesson up until your ability to correct yourself, learn the lesson, whatever the case is. Demons, they don't care. You get yourself out the situation with them, whereas the angels, they guide you through the situation. Alright, but don't ponder it too much, alright? There's some kind of super simp that is recycling some kind of bad ideas with an abortion and needing to go to a clinic, okay? So maybe someone is kind of being afraid of commitment, afraid of moving forward, afraid of longevity based on past experiences, and this April month is kind of triggering for them because of the other Aprils up until this point that weren't as positive. Okay, so as a side note, I'm just going to wish you the best on that one. Evidence is necessary if you even like feel this treachery happening. Just know that it's all because like this fantasy or dream-like nature is too much for people who can't access it. So if you're out here living the dream and other people see that, they're going to want to stifle that. They're going to want to throw some treachery down your way. They're going to want to throw a wrench in your plans. That could also mean throwing mental magic at you to have you feel like you can't commit to something, to have you feel like you can't honor yourself, to have you feel like you're back in a pattern that you've done so much work to remove yourself from. Okay? Don't let them do that. Don't give them that power. Okay? You're going to have some luck here. But it's only if you don't think about what these people are saying too much. Okay? That's where your discernment comes into play. You hear someone start saying something and your body starts to react negatively, turn it off. Turn it off. If you hear something and your body starts to, just react, maybe listen to it a little bit more. If it's not causing you pain. And if it's not causing you an entrapment, listen a little bit more. Maybe the discomfort is showing you where you have to change. But if that discomfort is causing you pain, run. Even if it's my video, turn it off. Turn it off. I am not here to hurt or cause pain to anyone. I'm here to offer awareness. Okay? If that awareness causes you pain, turn off the video. Turn it off. Turn it off. Don't blame me for your suffering. Someone's going to want to stay the night, but it's not going to be in a very royal light. They're going to stay the night because they're recycling these bad ideas of maybe wanting to be a rapist, pedophile, molester, engaging in bad influences. And what I mean by that is kind of taking sex opposed to engaging in sex. So maybe like, they're pushing the envelope with someone a little bit too much in a way that kind of takes the choice away from them. And because it takes the choice away from them, it could be seen as kind of like rape or something like that. Even the person who's going through, going along with it, they just feel like they have to, or, something worse is going to happen. That can also be considered as, but they're replaying old scenarios in their head. That's where this entrapment is coming from. They're not grounded and they need this healing, but this healing's not taking place. Instead, they're disassociating from their feelings. But disassociating from their feelings is just going to make things worse. This luck with all of this is going to be positive for them, but it's like positive once they think about it. So it's going to be negative the entire time up until once they think about it. That doesn't even make sense. See, that's how you know people are in a mental entrapment. Like when I'm literally going through the reading, I am digesting, I'm analyzing, I'm understanding what's going on. And then I'm like, what is even happening here? What is going on? That is how this person is. That is how this energy is. It's like the second they understand what's going on, they mentally detach, they emotionally detach, and they go into like a homicidal rage. They are triggered. And when I see by dentist's office, their foundational power, which would be your teeth, right? Your hair is your power with the spiritual. Your teeth would be your power with the physical. That's how you can kind of gauge it, right? So the power with the physical is not in alignment. They need some kind of reconstruction in order to push them in a more divine, high vibrational light. Because once they're in a higher frequency, the confusion, the cloud will go away. The mental entrapment will go away. They'll be able to process all of these triggers and everything that resurfaces every April. They'll be able to process it. But they can't because they're too busy laughing at their own pain, seeing this as their own mission. This is like, it's so singular. They don't feel like they can go seek help. They don't feel like they can go talk to anyone to assist them. They feel like they have to do everything that they feel like they have to do it all alone. But they're not even calling on the spiritual. They're not even calling on God. Like there's no sense of inner child healing comedy show. Like there's no sense of resolve here. So there's two energies. And since there's two energies here, that's the reason why it's so confusing. Because there's one energy that's kind of like a victim here. And then there's another energy that's a perpetrator. But the perpetrator is only being seen through the victim's eyes. So if the victim is in the energy of being a victim, the perpetrator looks like a victim too. So now we're getting all this victim talk, and it's like 1 second we're over here, then another second we're over here, and it's not one storyline because there's two energies here, and the perpetrator trying to cloak themselves in the victim light. The Aquarius over here is laughing at somebody's pain, and I'm pretty sure this is between an Aquarius and an Aries then, but this is all happening during Aries season, during this Mercury retrograde. That's the issue. Aries is the sign that is heavily going through this retrograde, whereas Aquarius is a bit light. So for them, it's like another day, whereas for the Aries, it's like this is life-changing opportunities. This is really deep, and for this Aquarius, it's very superficial. It's like, this is just another Monday, it's another Tuesday type of thing, right? This Aquarius was granted material items or material access because of some kind of divine occurrence, where they were arrested. The irony, they were given justice to allow themselves to travel, okay, because we're getting this transit with a train, so they allowed the justice of traveling, because they decided to maneuver as a sacrificial lamb. Okay, what does that mean? They put themselves in the light of a victim, like a sacrificial lamb, to ask for resources. But these resources are to murder someone. They're out without a paddle, and they're learning from a teacher how to get, offer better foreplay or sex, to, go to different areas, to see better sights and stuff, like sightseeing, to generate more income, and to move in a more passionate light that escapes the rage. So while this person is learning all of these hints and secrets to better themselves, in actuality, they're not seeing that the divine is blinding them. Right? The divine is giving them this fated occurrence so that they're entertained over here, while the real energy can sift through all this deep-seated, rooted pain that needs to be unearthed and grounded and realigned and refocused for the better. It can't happen if this Aquarius is over here constantly throwing the same energy into the thing. Like, you're not both victims. One of you is a victim, one of you isn't. And for you to have all this positivity, student, teacher, granted material, when in actuality, they're in survival mode, with this suicide attempt being a kind of chiropractor or spa. And what I mean by that, the suicidal attempt of them, like, physically putting their body in harm's way, or being a compulsive liar about dining in, a compulsive liar about needing money for food, when in actuality you're using that money for other things, and using your bold nature, your vocalizations to manipulate and deceive, opposed to bring together and augment, right? Because we got this white Caucasianness, which to me is like, I'm just going to tell you what you want to hear in the most polite way possible so I can get what I want. Right? That kind of palatableness that has no depth. That's what I'm getting by this white thing. You know how you put on your white voice when you're on the phone type of thing? That's what I'm getting. That I'm going to just sound really nice to you. It's very soft and meek because I don't want you to think I'm an aggressor. Like, that's what I'm getting here, right? And then here we go with this victims or victimization, and it's on this side. So most victims don't feel like they're a victim. Most victims want to be a survivor, not want to be clapped for like a survivor, but want to feel like they've gotten the freedom that was necessary from the situation. Whereas this person is really just focusing on the label of making sure that they're a victim and making sure that they're privileged. They don't really care about being sick or looking sickly. They're not caring about, lack of luck. They're not caring about a lack of purging. I'm getting like antioxidants. That's what this person needs to like detox their system. This person is excessively toxic, and they may come off like a sex worker or stripper. Now, I don't mean like they see that red and this alcohol enthusiast. I don't mean like they're out there trying to make money, make ends meet for their family. No, I mean like they are promiscuous. They use their body to get what they want. And it's like, that could be like dressing immodestly, like you use a lot of cleavage, your clothes look like they're painted on, you're showing a lot of skin, you're not worried about like how your hair looks or anything like that. And I don't mean like you're getting your hair done, I mean like your hair being washed, you looking presentable, looking like, especially if you're taking care of other people, you have to show that you can take care of yourself. But this, with being an alcohol enthusiast, like, I'm getting like they drink at all times of the day. They don't really care. They look kind of sloppy in how they show up. And that's why they have to give this white Caucasian vibe to them, so that people are not alarmed with how sloth-like they are. Okay? But this other energy already knows that it's a comedy show. So in order for them to detach emotionally to handle the baggage that they have to kind of laugh it off because they no longer want to cry it off. This energy is the one with the lymphatic system and the crying and the pushing of victim here, victim here, victim here. You're not the victim. The victim is here. When in actuality, you're the perpetrator. You're the person that's putting on this whole scenario for you to be the victim. Like, what? I don't know. What needs to happen here? These energies need to just sever ties and just never talk to each other again. Need to see that they are not within each other's frequency and remove themselves from each other's presence in all forms. Yeah, because at this point it's like, who's more the victim? The victim that's the victim or the victim that wants to be the victim? Bruh, I'm tired. Bruh, I'm tired. Okay, so we can close out the reading? Yeah. Alright, so just know that this Aquarius has a lot of trickster energies around them, whereas this Aries is fighting those trickster energies to see a better way, because that is the agreement between them. But the only resolution for this contract of learning and progressing and growing would be to completely sever ties. So, hate to be the one. Hurry up and do it so the collective can be better for it, okay? So I wish us all luck. I wish us all the best. I'll see you soon. Until the next.